Hello everyone and welcome to Underwater. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be about photography. I was fortunate enough to meet Zach Andrews. Zach Andrews is a former basketball player from the NBA. He agreed to a photo shoot with us.
Oh, Andrews, smash, smash, smash! The feed to Andrews stuffs at home.
So I spoke with a friend of mine that has a photography studio, Johnny the Untouchable. And I'm gonna be shooting with my Sony a6400 and Samyang 85mm lens. Also, I'm gonna be editing these pictures with Lightroom, Photoshop Express, and of course, KineMaster. Without any further ado, let's go under. So I finally made it to the studio. I'm here, and I can hear a couple of people. This is Mr. Zach Andrews right here in the house. And this is Johnny Bryan, one of the men behind the lenses. So this is the studio, and that's what we're gonna do. Are you guys ready to work?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ready.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna do a couple of pictures. I have a different style than most people. I do not like colors. So my photo shoot with Zach is gonna be black and white. That's what I like. If I see any colors that I like, just to please some of you, I'll do it, but mostly I'm gonna do black and white. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So this is Zach. So as you can see, we have the four lights we have set up. The Godox. What is it? Godox? Yeah.
Godox, yeah.
So we have the Godox. Godox. How do you say it?
Godox.
Godox. All right. My English is not very good looking. So. So that's what we got, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm shooting with the Samyang 85mm, and I have to go way back there because this camera is not a full frame camera. This is a Sony a6400. Since this is not a full frame, I have to go way back. So let's see how it goes. Johnny, you can give me a pulse, so I can focus and take it. Just like that one. Look at the mirror. Yeah. So I think I got most of the pictures that I wanted. So I'm gonna go to the editing process and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the things that I did with these pictures. I am not going to do a full tutorial on how to do this, just because that's not what I do usually. But I'm just gonna show you a little bit of the process and the things that you can do utilizing your cell phone and KineMaster and some other apps. So follow me. Okay, before we start, I just want to release a quick disclaimer that I am not a professional colorist. Color is subject to your taste. However, it is important to follow the principles of color grading so you can obtain better results when you are color grading either your footage or your picture. Also, if you don't have Lightroom or Photoshop Express, the link are going to be in the description box below. And if you want to learn more about color grading, just click on this card over here and watch that tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you need to open Lightroom. Then you're going to go to all your photos. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this picture into this picture. So obviously the first thing that you want to do is you want to turn this picture into black and white. So you're gonna go to color and you're gonna turn it into black and white. So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to effects and I'm gonna play with the texture of my subject. Let me make it a little bit bigger with the clarity as well to see where do I want the light to shine. And then I'm gonna go to detail. After that, I'm gonna increase the sharpening of the picture all about to 65%. And now it's a bit sharper. The reason why I'm doing this is because I am going to increase the grain of the picture. So let me go back to effect and go to grain and increase the grain. Let me see what it will look like. So now it looks a little bit more rough. Let me lower it a little bit. There it is. And that's what I'm looking for, those imperfections. I don't like my picture to be that perfect. I like it rough, especially I'm dealing with a subject that has black skin. So I like that, and that grain with that sharpening in the combination of his eyes looking directly into the camera gives a little bit more interesting, in my opinion, to this particular picture. So I'm gonna go back to detail, and I'm gonna increase a little bit the noise reduction. You gotta be careful when you do that because you can lose some of that roughness. And let me show you here. If you increase it too much, all of that roughness is gonna kind of go away because it makes the image too soft. So let me just lower it a little bit to here. Go back to contrast and increase the contrast just a little bit. And so far we are looking good, and I seen what I'm looking for. Go back to effect and play with the texture again. Let me add a little bit more grain to it. So far this part I like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to Photoshop Express. So I'm gonna type on share to, and Photoshop Express. So now I have in Photoshop Express, and I'm gonna use one of the filters that they have here that is called Splash. Okay, I like this one better. And from here, I'm gonna send it back again to Lightroom. So tap on Lightroom. Once it's saved, go back to Lightroom, and here it is. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go again to Profile. I'm gonna go to Monochrome number 4. Tap on Monochrome, and I'm gonna use the number 4 profile. I'm gonna tap OK. I'm gonna go back to detail. I'm gonna increase the sharpening of my image, and I'm gonna increase again the grain. Go to effect and increase the grain. And that's a picture that I like. Like I mentioned at the beginning, remember to follow the principles of color grading to obtain better results when you're color grading either your footage or your picture. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Activate the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I will see you next time on the water.